Hey, everybody. All right. So I don't know how long this is going to be, but we are going to get into it. I'm going to wait for some of you all to get up in here. Okay. Any day now. Okay, there we go. Hey, Lauren. Hey. All right. So I guess I can start. You all, admittedly so, aside from like the very obvious, and I'm going to kind of skirt around too because y'all know I just got back into the partnership program some months back after being suspended for 7 months because of a reading that I did on a certain particular person who decided to unalive a certain person involved with a certain company for health distribution. um, that's a civilian, the person who unalived the CEO of the health distributor company. And yeah, give me 2 seconds, y'all. 2 seconds, y'all. 2 seconds. I feel like I have my radio voice on. 2 seconds, y'all. ABC 1, 2, 3. All right. Yeah, Super Mario Sprint. Right. So AI got me with that. So I'm being real particular about my wording. Um, and I normally when I do influencer or celebrity reads, I keep it to, romance, keep it real cute. But let's get into it. All right. Hello for everybody that's coming in. All right, so the reading that we're doing today is on Ashlee Janae, the influencer who was unfortunately allegedly unalived. And I'm saying alleged because I have to. We have no facts. Well, it hasn't been said that she was unalived. She is unalive, unfortunately, but the people suspect that she was unalived. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a reading on Ashlee Janae. If anybody has other questions that they want to know, then please feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm pulling cards, but I'm going to tell you what I feel, and this is based on my, myself. Once again, this is not fact. This is alleged tarot fiction. But the fiance is guilty. Those are my feelings. Hello, Steven. Also too, hey Bill. Y'all give the stream a like, whether you're watching me vertically or horizontally. Give the stream a like, give the stream a like, give the stream a like. Thank you. All right, so let's jump into it. This is how I'm gonna ask it. Did she pass away by her own hand? That's what we want to know, because essentially what's being speculated is that she did not pass away by her own hand. But what's being reported is that she was found suspended within her room. I'm watching my words, y'all. Suspended within her room by a belt around her throat. And it was, people are saying, or at least the way that it was staged to be is that it was self-inflicted suspension. So let's see. Did Ashlee Janae pass by her own hands? Give me 2 cards. She passed by her own hand. Ooh, we have a 2 of Cups that came out. Did she pass by her own hand? Tell me what happened that night. We have Ace of Wands. Okay, so what's coming out? Ace of Wands, passion, anger, fiery energy. Two of Cups. Her relationship is coming out. Her engagement is coming out. And the Ace of Wands is talking about the tumultuous energy that was happening that night. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Queen of Swords in the reverse. That would be her energy. Not talking, not, there's stubbornness there. So essentially, we know that they were separated. They were actually separated by the hotel. They were separated by the hotel. Hotel officials, people had complained. So from what I've heard and what I've gathered, people complained so much about the two of them arguing. Ashlee, Janae, let me put her name up. People were complaining so much that the hotel decided to voluntarily switch them into different rooms. So Ashlee stayed in the original room, and her fiance was moved to another room. So I say that right there is indicative of, oh my gosh, because all right, let me spell her Janae. All right, there we go. So far we got the relationship, we got the argument, we got the aftermath. You know, they weren't speaking to each other. Now, what I'm feeling in the energy is, once again, this is alleged tarot fiction. If they check the phone records, there's text calls. They were moved to the other rooms. I do feel her energy being stubborn, you know. And when I say stubborn, this is not me, you know, putting any type of accusations or anything. Just more so saying, like, you know, I'm not budging to talk to you. That's what I got with that one. There's phone calls. Sorry, y'all, my allergies. There's phone calls and there's text messages that happen after they were moved to different rooms. That's what I'm picking up in the energy. But the thing about this is, somebody's ignoring someone. That's what I feel in the energy. Somebody is ignoring somebody. So she's not picking up, he's not picking up, or she's not picking up. But somebody's ignoring someone. So let's see. Universe, spirit guides, ancestors. Tell me more. Why is the name not staying up? Oh, it's on a timer. Get out of here. Okay. Yeah. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors, please tell me more. What happened after the argument between Ashlee and the fiance? The argument. Yeah, they both were being stubborn. King of Swords in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse. They weren't talking to each other. So it feels like there was an attempt to communicate, but the attempt wasn't to smooth things over. It was just continuing on the argument. It was just kind of, you know, more information. What I'm also picking up in the energy, there was a phone call or a communication between Ashlee's energy and someone else after that. It feels like a friend. That's what I'm picking up with that one. Like, it feels like friend or family, somebody that she was close to and a safe person. That's what I feel like with that one. Like, it feels like there was some sort of, you know, something like, but it feels like it was in the vein of, you won't believe what just happened, or can you believe we just da da da, you know. It was something like that. It feels like she spoke to someone about that, or that was in the energy of like, oh my goodness, you know, like, when I calm down, I'm gonna call, you know, somebody that she probably normally, like, you know, would run to in a situation like that. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. Did she pass by her own hand? But what I'm hearing, most definitely, alleged tarot fiction, she did not commit self-deletion. And I hate to have to say it like that because it sounds so trivial, and me not being able to use, you know, actual wording, but the YouTube algorithm is so weird. And once again, I'm not trying to get my channel confuddled again for almost a year, because they do that. They will punish you over the teeniest of things. However, though, she did not commit or die or pass by self-deletion. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. And that leaves it open to the only other person that would have deleted her. It just sounds so trivial to say it like that. The only other person who could have done this is that fiance. So this is I have to say this for legal purposes, alleged tarot fiction. These are my opinions. If you believe, you believe. If you believe in tarot, you believe in tarot. But look, I'm telling you right now, I feel very strongly. That man did it. That man did it. And not only did that man do it, what I feel in that energy, this is something that was highly premeditated. The entire thing was premeditated. That man is as guilty as OJ was of unaliving Nicole Simpson. That man is as guilty as D4BD is of butchering that young girl. This man is as guilty as R. Kelly was of touching on young children. Like this, you don't need cards for that. And I feel like a lot of people can feel that in the energy, but there was nobody else that had access to her. And the thing about it is, what I feel in the energy, again, alleged tarot fiction, don't keep saying it, what I feel in the energy, none of this has come out. There was an attempt of reconciliation between the two of them. Just kind of like a, hey, it's a birthday, or let's talk. There was an attempt. So I do feel it wasn't a situation where he had to break down the door to get into the room, their original suite that they were in. He did not break down the door. He was willingly let into that room by Ashlee. That's what I feel in the energy. After being willingly let into that room, I feel like, yeah, it started in a talk. It didn't go into, kablow, kabloomy right away, but it started as a talk. I do feel the energy quickly escalated again into an argument. Here's the thing, too. I also feel in the energy, I feel like there was an attempt also to kind of like, hush, calm things down, like, hi, So there's what I'm feeling in energy super deep. The way that she passed, though it was staged as suspension. I don't know if I can say, hanged man, if y'all can get that. This is strangulation. I'm probably going to be able to say that word just one time. But I'm seeing and I'm feeling hands around here, right? And it's like a suffocation. That's what I feel. It's like a suffocation. And once again, it's another energy to where, so when they found her, she was still alive. She was still breathing, but she was unconscious. And essentially what I'm feeling in the energy is, after this motion of things, she was alive. She had not passed. However, though, it was assumed, this is once again, alleged, it was assumed that she had done so. So at that point, with the assumption that she had done so, now we have the situation of the staging of her suspension from wherever they found her. That's what I feel in the energy in regards to what happened. So once again, this is not me stating this as facts. This is tarot. Believe how you believe if you believe. But absolutely, she did not pass because of her own doing. So that's what I got. Yeah, it's kind of depressing. But anybody in the chat want to let me know something that you all want to know? I guess I didn't have like long intentions for this reading because it was pretty much very obvious. Very obvious. I'm hearing in the energy, someone asks, will the fiance be convicted? Let's see. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. Let's find out. Will the fiance get convicted of her unaliving? Will the fiance be convicted of her unaliving? We have a Two of Swords that came out in the reverse. We have an Empress in the reverse. Ooh, this is looking tricky. Ooh, we got a Page of Staffs or Page of Wands in the reverse. Two of Staff in the upright. Four of Swords. Things will drag out indefinitely, but the energy that I'm getting, y'all remember the Cabo 6, that one influencer who went on, I believe it was her birthday vacation with 6 demons that weren't her friends, and then basically was unalived by way of, being beaten to death. It feels like that type of energy. Like, to this day, nobody's been convicted of that. Those 6 monsters are still roaming around, living whatever life they're living. And that person, the case is still, it's just out there, still pending, I feel like it's one of those situations. This is something where I don't feel like it's going to release itself overnight. But what I am feeling in the energy is, because right now they've confiscated his passport, so he's not able to leave Tanzania. What I feel in the energy is he's definitely coming back to the U.S. I can feel that super strong. His energy is coming back to the U.S. He's coming back to the U.S. That feels like it's taking place. He'll be back by May. They're not going to keep him for that long. It's going to be an open case. The investigation will still last. What I am hearing is the hotel that they stayed at, they are scrambling PR-wise to clean this up. They are scrambling at the hotel because it has left a damper, and essentially, granted, things happen at estates and locations, but if I know that bungalow right across the way over there, had a red rum occur, I'll go to the Holiday Inn. I'll be at the Tanzania Ramada. like you will find me not anywhere near that, because my first thought would be, oh my goodness, it's haunted. But anyway, the hotel is scrambling to clear and clean this up. They are going to close off that room for quite some time, though, but it'll be reopened by the end of the year. That's what I'm getting with that one. However, though, he'll be back in the U.S. Hello, Regina. Hey, everybody that's coming in. Thank you for liking the broadcast. He'll be back in the U.S. That's what I got with that one. He'll be back in the U.S. and it's going to be an open case. Like, it's not going to go away easily. It's not going to go away quickly. The family is going to definitely have foot on neck, but it's not going to be an open case. It's one of those things you all, and this is all alleged tarot fiction, but it's one of those things you all where, how when someone's guilty of something, but legal justice system kicks in and it's like, yeah, but we have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. So it's not enough to know. You have to prove that you know what you know because you know it. That's what we're like basically dealing with this one. It's the proving of the knowing. That's what the family is going to be faced with, more so than anything. It's the proving of the knowing that he did it. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those situations where it drags out and it's going to look and feel very unfair, but that's what I got. So yeah, let me get some, now that I got widgets, I want to know you all's opinion. My first question is, do you think he did it? Okay. So can you all see my, all right. So do you think the fiance did it? 1 for yes, 2 for no, and 3, you're unsure. There's no way to know. Hello, Monica. Ah, absolutely. We got 1. Who did what? Monica, I don't know if you've heard the story about the influencer named Ashlee Janae, who recently passed within this past week. And it's rumored that her fiance unalived her. They were on a birthday trip of hers in Tanzania. So she passed in Tanzania. The fiance, who was a hedge fund manager, is currently still in Tanzania. And now the family have flown out. Members of the family, her parents, have flown out to Tanzania to try to see what's really going on. So we got 1 for yes. Absolutely, I think he did it. And like I said, this is alleged tarot fiction. I'm not stating this in fact. If you believe, you believe. But yeah, do you think that he did it? You say yeah. Yeah. I believe so too. And that's what I was saying. I've been saying this on other I've said this on other broadcasts, like my other lives, but it was premeditated. That's the energy I got too. It was premeditated. This was not like and I know, like, premeditated, but if they were in the moment arguing, he was angry. No. It's like when preparation meets opportunity. That's what happened here. When preparation meets opportunity. That's what I got with that one. It's an energy where it feels like it has always, like, it had been volatile towards her for quite some time. And even a lot of people are like, but what they're going to use, crazy thing is, did she have insurance? That we don't know yet. I don't feel in the energy she did. He could have, but I don't feel in the energy she did. And the thing about it is, I don't think he unalived her for money. I think he unalived her because of just, like, I can't say I don't like her, but yeah, you get people that get in relationships and they are the devil's spawn, like, and they will hate you for no reason. It's other things there though. It's things going on with him. That's the one. I don't feel his unaliving of her was about money. I feel like there's more. There's imbalance there. There's emotional imbalance. I don't want to give him the scapegoat of mental irregularation. That ain't a word, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Because I mean, Ted Bundy was a mental case too. There was mental health issues with Ted Bundy, but we're not going to give him sympathy and empathy. Like, so you get what I'm trying to say. I don't want them to be able to use that mental health excuse. Because if it's because he's going to try to get off by any means necessary. He's going to hire lawyers to spin and spun whatever they need to spin. So I don't think it's money. I think it's more so something else, like just chemical imbalances. But the thing about it is that volatile energy towards her from him, that wasn't it just happened. They had been in, this is what I'm picking up in the energy. There's no fact in this, but they had been in a back and forth off and on. And then I also feel that the attorney that he gets is going to use this as an alibi. If he had unalived her, why did he propose to her knowing he wanted to, send her to the other side? And that's the part too that's premeditated. That right there, that's, I feel like that was going to be a part of his ploy. Like, how can I get rid of someone that I love? But yeah, you say he could have taken out the insurance, maybe health insurance, disease. Maybe. It doesn't say. I've not, thankfully, been in a situation like that. And I don't know the procedures of how and who and what and when, but maybe. I mean, and at the same time, people who got money still do crazy stuff for money. So yeah, maybe. I feel like all of it is a possibility at this point. But I definitely feel like he had motive. It wasn't like just a natural occurrence. It wasn't I got mad in the moment, which would still be absolutely crazy. But it was premeditated even before that night. Like, this was a very much this is how I'm going to do it, you know? So it more so was like when feelings and preparation meets the opportunity. I also feel energetically that he may have even researched Tanzanian law to see what he can get away with. So yeah. He said maybe he found out or was told she had issues. Maybe that's still not a reason to kill nobody though. I mean, there's not many reasons to do that, but if she did have issues, because they were in a pretty long relationship, like I'm not sure how long, but it was, you know, it was an established relationship. They saw that, you know, like you date somebody for 3 months, you could tell when something off, you know, and they had been together for a good chunk of time. So I'm like, at that point, if she did have issues, that's on him for going through that with the relationship. Same thing with her. Like, if not saying that this is what she deserved, but in that craziness, that back and forth that they dealt with, and knowing that those issues were there, you said, but you say on and off. Yeah, that's what I get in the energy. It feels on and off. Like the relationship feels volatile. Like it feels like they've had breaks. It doesn't feel like it's been long breaks, you know, like we've broken up for several months at a time, several years at a time. No, it just kind of feels like, you know, maybe, you know, we get into this spat, 3 weeks we're not talking to each other, get away from me, and then we make up, and then it's, you know, it's that cycle all over again. You know, it's like that love bomb, that ooh la 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 la, and then boom, we get into this explosive situation, and then now we're not talking again for a little chunk of time, and then boom, we get right back together. And energetically, I also feel like something had happened prior to the birthday trip. Like I feel like there was a breaking in the relationship prior to the birthday trip. And of course, you know, like when you go to her profile, you don't have any inkling of these things because, you know, well, I mean, in her being an influencer, her job isn't to show you the bad stuff, it's to show you the good stuff. It's to, you know, it's to make you want to, hey, Black Widow Row. It's to influence you, you know, to make you want to live the life. So yeah, so that's what I got with that one, y'all. I know I'm gonna be on here for like another 6 minutes and then I'm gonna get out of here. You said thanks for doing this reading. Um, as one black woman to another. Hi, absolutely. May she rest in peace. Absolutely. May she rest in peace. May she rest in peace. So it's a very sad occurrence. And like I said, I hate that I can't use official language, you know, that I have to, you know, sound like I'm trivializing things. But like I said, YouTube is really weird for no reason. And I get advertisement, but even in regards to like you just it's crazy how they censor stuff. It takes a second to say hi, or maybe she did not want no more. Was removing herself. No, she didn't remove. Not like that. She didn't remove herself like that. He said it is. I'm gonna watch the replay. I just got in. Yeah. I mean, granted, I get wanting to be out of a relationship. She didn't remove herself like that. Mm-mm. Um. Oh, she got justice. Not yet, but what they have done is they have confiscated his passport, so he can't leave the country. So he's currently in the country, and her parents have just flown over there to the country. So I do feel like something's going to happen on her behalf. I just feel like it's going to be maybe kind of drawn out. That's what I feel like with them. It's going to draw itself out just a bit. Um, but something's gonna happen. Either way, even in situations like this, and what a lot of people don't realize, you never get away with anything. You know, like he's not gonna get away with red rum. He's not gonna get away with it, even if he got away with it from the, you know, judicial system. You know, the universe has checks and balances. Plus, on top of that, like if people realize that the energy that moves once you're on the other side, you said no, meaning she did not want to be with them. More she talked. Could have, but see, that's the thing, Monica. That's the thing. She could have said that, but now I'm thinking from a psychological standpoint, I don't know if that's true, simply because she had literally, this was the day, I think the day of or the day after he proposed. So it was one of those things where it's like if she did not want to be with him anymore, she would have turned down the proposal. Because it's not like she live streamed the proposal. Like, you know, she didn't have to upload the video about the proposal. She could have just not accepted the proposal and was like, I ain't talking to him no more, We said, are you coming on for readings? I am coming on for readings later. I want to say a few hours after this one. Yeah, if she didn't want to be with him, she wouldn't have accepted the proposal. Some people can't take rejection. Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so. I will say in this day and age, not man bashing, but from what we've read in the news reports, there's been more men who have been violent in their, being rejected. So yeah, some people can't. Somebody just left the chat. Somebody just left. Oh no. Hey, don't get mad at me. Get mad at the statistics. I didn't put them out there. But yeah, some people can't take rejection and it's sad. But yeah. So that's what I got for you all in regards to this reading. I don't know. If you all like this, let me know. Maybe I can do more live celebrity reads, or I don't know. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I get into the mood of, and then I get out of the mood of, because the algorithm plays with me so much on this platform, that I'll have people here seeing me today, and then I'll be in a room full of zero tomorrow. And it messes with it messes with the psyche. I am but a human being at the end of the day. So I get tired of YouTube playing with my emotions. I just be like, F it. You said, I think she was going to ride it out until she couldn't. Unfortunately, I don't think she saw all his red flags. Probably not. Or made excuses for him. You know how sometimes we see things, but then we go, oh, but they got a lot going on. Oh, but their mother didn't love them. Oh, but the daddy wasn't there. We can make an excuse for years, and at the same time, there'll be somebody that we know go through everything that they went through and aren't having half the same problems. They said also, I've seen and spoke with her on CH. What's CH? CH, LOL. Clubhouse. Girl, I had to go deep. LOL. You said, yep, that too. I will say from what I saw, yeah, I had to think, like, what platform was that one? Yeah, Clubhouse. I remember Clubhouse. Ooh, I was there for a hot second, then I deleted it. Yep, that too. As women, we make excuses for sometimes, especially if we're very. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe she did, maybe she didn't, or maybe, like she rationalized it. Because that happens a lot too, especially too if you really love somebody. If you love somebody and care about somebody, you will rationalize the crap out of some stuff. And I do believe that she absolutely loved this man, And in love, you will rationalize a tornado. Oh no, that's not a tornado coming through. That's just this tormented wind spinning violently, but it's gonna subside. You will rationalize it. She used to be in Joe Budden's rooms. She was a video. I saw that. I saw a video. I think I was looking at TikTok or no. I was on YouTube. And I was watching, I want to say, was it Lovely T? It was either her or it was somebody else. And she was putting up, or somebody, whoever it was putting up videos, as they were discussing the case. And they were saying like, oh, she had revamped her image. And I was like, oh, okay, she was a model. And then, oh yeah, and I saw something else where her friend came out and was like, I'm tired of everybody's think pieces, not people like speaking about her friend, but I guess there's people out there that's like giving like a very rude, take on things. And my whole thing is like, people, there's just evil people out there, because I'm like, in seeing this story, what negative spin can you put on that besides the fact that this woman has lost her life? What negative spin, you know? Because at the end of the day, there's nothing she could have done to warrant that. You know what I'm saying? Like even if she would have, even if she could have found the worst thing to say to him prior to being unalived, there's nothing you can say, that could have, because at the end you could walk away, you can break up. So it's kind of weird how people have been attacking her. So yeah, that's really weird. But yeah, a friend of hers apparently has come out and is like telling people to calm down from the attacks, because, which I thought was strange. I'm like, why are they attacking this woman and then attacking the dearly departed at that? Like, people are ridiculous. But also, she was not against black men. Oh, was it that? Okay, I did see that. That apparently she had, I didn't see what she said, but apparently she had like old tweets or something come up. That still don't mean you're supposed to get unalived. There's men right now who will call you all types of names but a child of God, black men or men of other cultures against the women of their culture. That still doesn't mean they're warranted to be unalived. That just means, okay, well, that's somebody you don't talk to if you don't believe that rhetoric. But that don't mean go stab, stab, kill, kill. That's crazy. I mean, and I'm about to say something real controversial. I didn't follow K. Samuel's rhetoric. I did not like that man. I did not like his stance. I did not like what he was doing to the black community. I did not like how he was poisoning the minds of black men and the other men who also dwelled within black spaces. I absolutely hated that. But did I need him to be taken away from the earth for it? No, no. No. So it's like, even if somebody has visceral opinions about something, I just ugh, it still wouldn't have warranted or made it okay if somebody were to come and take their life, or them just dropping out dropping dead. Like, no. And the fact that people would say that, like, I feel like that too just amplifies so much hatred that goes on towards black women. Towards women, one, then towards black women, and then amongst the community of black men and women. Like, it's really gross at this point. Like, I'm just kind of like, if you didn't like what she said, you could just turn off the TV. You weren't gonna date her anyway. Which, this is another thing. I always wonder this: why get up in arms about something or somebody that you don't have access to, won't have access to, and would have never ever dated? Um, Being in Clubhouse, she defended them fiercely. The rooms are recorded. You can go in there and hear her voice and everything defending them. I think she's an influencer and she wanted to push towards black women. She did an interracial relationship. Like, no shade. You could tell when a black woman hates black men. You can tell. You can absolutely. You can tell by the way they talk. They actually say it the same way. In the examples of black men we've seen who've hated themselves, because it's more, honestly, where it is, the base of that is self-hate. The base of that is self-hate at the end of the day. So for the black men who've hated themselves, and you go towards, the easier target of, that's a self-hatred. But you can absolutely tell when somebody hates themselves. You can tell it, and then you can tell in the language of what they speak. Like, they say some crazy stuff. There's a what do you call it? There's creators where I've stopped listening, interacting, have blocked pages of, because, and these are women creators, black women creators who had gotten so, like, just up in arms that the stuff that they were saying, like, just towards black men, the stuff that they were saying towards black men was so hateful that I'm like, I don't want this in my spirit. I don't want to feel that way. about literally my counterpart. I'm a black woman. I don't want to look at black men. I love black men. I don't want to look at black men and be like, oh, I can't stand you. Like, I don't want to hate myself. So I stopped listening to those things because I'm like, I don't want to be slowly poisoned. And the crazy thing is their content wasn't even around that. Wasn't around dating and people and none of that. Wasn't even around that. But then it would just, these opinions, one, like somebody said one thing and you just, okay, and you're like, she must have got broken up with. But then they keep saying stuff. Then before you know it, the whole platform becomes about that. It's other platforms that be making me mad like that. Like it become it's a platform that starts out. I should name names. LOL. Like it's platforms that start out as one thing, and I'm coming there for that one thing, and then now you doing relationship advice and this is that and other. There's a popular financial platform that I follow, and I like this platform. These are very very well-to-do, educated men who run this platform. I've been to the seminar fest that they throw on every year. Like very, very well-to-do, knowledgeable men. But I hate when they do relationship content, and because it's never from a financial standpoint, even. It's from that hearsay. It's from that KS and manosphere and womanosphere. It's from all of that perspective. And I'm like, I didn't come here for that. I came here to, learn financial literacy. If I need to rectify whatever financials in a relationship, I'll go to a therapy platform for that. Because the issues of financials in a relationship is emotional, not financial. Because if you're emotionally linked in the right way, the finances will link itself because you'll have these open conversations. But yeah, it was a lady, couple of creators like that, where the platform didn't even have a basis in relationships. And then all of a sudden they get into these little bags and it became a woman hating men club. And I was like, I don't want this. I have friends that I disassociated with when everything became men ain't shit. I'm like, I don't want I don't believe that men are shit. And I'm not going to attract the ain't shit men. And I'm like, if I keep on listening to you complaining about the ain't shit men that you still want to have sex with because you're not a lesbian and you don't want to be asexual, then I'm going to be like you in the women hated men's club. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm not about to be able to. I can recognize that there can be improvements across the board for men and for women, but I don't hate men. I don't want to hate men, and I'm not going to. So it's just like, yeah. But even if she did have the worst thoughts ever about Black men, it didn't deserve her being unalived. You said she was a dark-skinned woman at that, and we know how, right? And then of course colorism, because you know what, if she was Beyonce's complexion, if she was Rihanna complexion, better yet, and I love her, and I'm gonna be for real, I love this woman. I'm about to say, love her music, I love how crazy she is. I feel like she is a perfect celebrity. And I say perfect celebrity because, I don't expect celebrities to be sound. I want you. I'm not paying for you. I'm not paying for your concert to see you be, run of the mill. No, I want you to be controversial. You got to be the drama. Doja Cat. If I'm, and I'm gonna be so for real, I'm a fan of Doja. I love her music, but Doja should have been canceled. But Doja was not canceled because Doja is a light-skinned woman. She's a light-skinned woman. If she was not a light-skinned woman, Doja would have been canceled. If Doja was, who's a popular dark-skinned rap? Because that's the other thing too. A lot of the rap girls these days are not coming in brown or dark-skinned. Like it's such a JT. There we go. I had to search in my memory bank, like where are they at? Because even Young Miami not brown enough. She's not. I wouldn't consider my Young Miami dark skin, but she's a beautiful brown woman. But she's not brown enough. No. I mean, like undeniably. If she was JT, if Doja was JT, I don't even know we know these initials on, but we wouldn't even be saying a J or a T. If Doja did away with a lot, like I don't think that's Doja's fault because Doja, you know, because I've not heard Doja come down about black women or black beauty or anything like that. Um, she's not against women. Doja loves women. It's the guys she don't like. And I, it's like psychologically I can feel her stance. I get her stance. And professionally, I feel like, she really needs to heal that part of herself. She needs to heal that part of herself in order for her to have a better life, just in general. Even if she never date a black guy in her life, she needs to heal that part of herself. But yeah, Doja Cat. If Doja was a dark skinned woman, oh my God, she wouldn't have a career. We wouldn't see her. Who would Doja Cat be? Amala would be somewhere else. She'd be back in California in the obscurities of somebody's comedy club doing a little 1-2 set on open mic night. You said she's biracial too, so they don't hold her to the same standard. Doja doesn't care for men that much. Also, she doesn't date black men. Right, exactly. But you said the black male governor of Virginia unalived his black wife because she filed for divorce. Mind you, that's what Monica was saying. Just that some men can't take rejection. Yeah. He is the second black governor to ever take office. He unalived himself too. As he should have after that one. I mean, I know, once again, I know that's a controversial thing to say, but as he should have. You was going to be I don't think I can cuss too much. But you was going to be a coward and do some crazy A-ish like that, as he should have. And he going wherever he needs to go. Because that right there, you're going to do all of that because she didn't want to be with you no more. And then didn't have the bravery to face the consequences at that, as he should have. There's no rest wells for him. His family can deal with all of that. You said nobody's talking about that. It always takes a white man for black men to feel some compassion for black women. It's fake too. Now here's the thing. I don't know. I haven't seen it. You said, but you get my point. Yeah, misogyny runs rampant in the black collective. Yeah. Now the reports I usually see when black women are unalived by black men, no, white men, is the whole like, see, you should have never divested, like crazy. I actually I had to tell a family member. I don't think they're watching, but I actually had to tell a family member this because she was like saying like, I don't know, like it was a guy that wanted to date her. This is recent. Guy that wants to date her. Story time. It's a guy that wants to date her. He's a white guy. And she was like, I don't know if I want to date him because, they be murdering black women. I told her, I was like, don't. I was like, don't base love on that. I'm like, if this guy seems normal, period, point blank, and he's not fetishizing you, because that's the thing too, don't date me because, I've had a taste of chocolate. Because I've actually heard people say that before. I like chocolate. Like Hershey's? Like, what do you mean by that? And he's not fetishizing you. He sees you as a woman, a beautiful woman that he wants to date because he is a man, who likes women. Then date him, get to know him, period. I was like, but don't not date him because you think that means, you have a higher chance of being unalive. Because I told her that too. I was like, just a week or so before Ashlee was unalived by her person, her fiance. I was like, 2 black women got unalived by their black husbands. So I was like, no. I was like, unhinged is unhinged. Crazy is crazy. It has no color. It has no, I'm going to do this to you because we're different. No, crazy is crazy is crazy. And then I told her too, I was like, it didn't stop you from dealing with that demon hunter that looked like a walking red billboard. And he's a black man. I don't know if y'all were here for that story. And I told you, she asked me, should I date this guy? Should I date him? And I was like, no. he looked low vibrational. She was like, but what type? I was like, what do you mean what type? The fact that I'm telling you he looked low vibrational means don't do it. Don't. I still be talking to her like we like I'm extra. I am the older person. I am the older relative though. Uh but we only a few years apart. But I talk to her like she like little. Because I'm like, no. Like she's responsible in a lot of areas. And she's even responsible in relations. But in this situation, I was telling her, I was like, no, do not pass go. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what type of low vibrational. I'm telling you what I see. And then come to find out exactly what I told her. He looked like he had stuff, he had lesion. Y'all know the story in the Bible where Jesus come across the man in the cave that's afflicted with demons, and Jesus go to heal the man, and he asked the demons, well, he asked the demon at the time. He was like, what's your name? And the demons looking at Jesus through the man say, we are legion. We're more than one. We're many. And so Jesus had to cast the demons out the man and into a herd of swine. And then the swine ran off the damn cliff. I told her, I was like, that man got legion in him. It's giving demon hunter and not K-pop. You said when black men came for her saying how she doesn't date them, she said she didn't care. And she shouldn't have, right? Like, my whole thing is this. I'm not going to sit and argue with, for, or about somebody that don't want me. You don't want me, case closed. I got self-esteem. I don't want what doesn't want me. Since she is half black, she's not held to the same standard as a black woman would say that, especially dark skin. Exactly. Like Doja definitely got a pass because she's not a full black woman and she's not a dark skinned black. Because even I was gonna say that too. Even if she was a darker skinned biracial woman, like she was a dark skinned biracial, because you do have biracial women that are very brown. That woman would have still got the same treatment because it's all about appearances. You said people said Doja Cat's black father, wasn't there for her. That's why she doesn't date black men. But what about black women whose black father wasn't there for them? About their trauma, they are told to get over it and stay loyal, even if when through trauma, but Doja gets a slap on the wrist. And black men accepted that she may have been traumatized. That was weird. Yeah, it's because of her complexion. It's because of her makeup. If she was the black women that they grew up around and had the same story attached to it, they would be attacking her because those men don't like themselves. And essentially the men who are attacking black women with such, they're attacking their own mothers. They don't like themselves. So it's like, and then because you get some people who will, just because they attack the women of their culture, doesn't mean that they had a terrible upbringing and a terrible mama. It just means that, for whatever reason, wherever the trauma or the disconnect happened for them, where they feel like, oh, I'm marginalized, oh, my life is terrible, they're now looking at the source. This is why they get mad at the woman, because they view the woman as the source. You're the reason why I'm here, So it doesn't always need to be like, oh, that black man had a terrible ass mama, she hated him. No, some of them got loving mothers, loving, amazing mamas, and daddies. Some of them come from two-parent households, two-parent black households. And it's a situation where it's more so like the disconnect is, ooh, something happened to me. I had a traumatic experience. It was due to my blackness. Now, who do I get mad at? You should have never had me, bitch. That's where that energy comes from. It's the self-hatred. You say anyway, many planets in Aries during Mars season. Child, the reset is happening. It is. You said, girl, they just announced the automatic draft is coming again. I saw. Colleges and institutions are resetting. Women are going to rise up by default. But that's the natural order of things. The natural order of life is divine feminine. I mean, that alone, the fact that people don't get entryway into this portal except through the womb should be the biggest indicator that we have been living very unnaturally since the dawn of ages. We'd have a much better world if the world was ran by women. A much safer world. It'd be closer to heaven if the world was ran by women. We'd be closer to heaven on earth. Gosh, we'd have so much more money. People would have more money. We probably wouldn't have world hunger. Like, oh my God, life would be so much better. You said men went to war and women had to take their places to keep the country going. Current in Ohio, they passed the Senate Bill 1. That's a fact. That is the natural order of things. Yeah, we've been going against the natural order of things. So yeah. But if the reset is gonna heal us, then bring it on. But yeah, it was sad. It's just sad. And I would hope that people would take stuff like this and not use it to attack, you know? Because I'm like, it does something bigger for the whole. Like attacking her is not just attacking that one woman. You're attacking the whole. And people don't see it as that. What the? Oh. I said, what's going on? Sorry, I saw something that looked out of place. So yeah, you said they're revamping colleges in Ohio and removing majors that are DEI. Also, many social sort. Ohio is getting great. Yeah, well, so that what was it? What was it? It was something that the president did where it defunded for financial aid services a lot of different majors and what have you not. That takes effect in July. So it fully takes effect in July. One being nurses, engineering, and I know there's like different sectors. Nurses, engineering, which and it's a lot of cruelty things too. Engineering, I saw my field on there. Uh Psychology, social sciences, counseling, basically everything that could make things better and heal people or build architecture. Like anyway, but those are conversations I got to say for Patreon because YouTube can't take it getting too political. Only reason, and to be very honest, only reason why I felt brave enough to do this reading on her here is because I mean I don't think he has any like, strong political or, whatever ties. So that's the one with that. And then two, she's a black woman. So I was like, if they do find anything offensive, I probably could have said the worst things I could have thought to say about her. They wouldn't have flagged this channel because same story. Same story. So yeah. That's the only reason why I felt comfortable enough to even talk on the subject of. But I guess in the future, in doing celebrity reads, I'm gonna keep it cute and keep it to or popular events. I'm gonna keep it to my normal romance readings and stuff like that. Do they like each other? They dating? They getting back together? Who the baby daddy? I'm gonna just keep it to that. Just keep it cute. But this one is pretty safe, unfortunately, because she is a black woman. And I ain't saying nothing crazy, but had I said something crazy, they wouldn't did nothing. They wouldn't did anything. Um, so yeah, but I'm gonna get out of here. I will be back today. I wanna oh, I was about to say, look, I'm so used to not having readings up. Well, not having readings up, but having to, drop the recorded reading. That was like, I'm gonna drop a reading. No, I didn't read it. So y'all tell me this. Y'all tell me this. Y'all tell me this. I'm gonna use the widget. I'm gonna use the widget. Who knows? I might come on and do another broadcast of live. I'm gonna do a widget. All right, there we go. All right, let me know. Let me know how y'all feel. Do you want more live entertainment readings? One, absolutely. Two, not at all. He said, thanks for the reading. Yeah. Yeah. So how y'all feel about the live readings? Now, for me, and I'm gonna be very transparent, the way that the algorithm distributes live versus pre-recorded is different. Ah, we got a one. Um, the way that they distribute it is different. So a lot of times, like they won't distribute it, and then the views get all weird and blah 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 blah. I mean, know all of that. However, though, I will say this: I like the energy of the live readings because you said I love the live, right? I like the energy of now, of course, like the live personal. So I'm not talking about the live personals, but like entertainment reads like what's the current gossip, or blah blah blah. Anything, whatever. Pick topic here. I personally like the energy of the live readings because, excuse me, some of my. Oh no, not an eyelash. I like the energy of the live readings because like I get to pull off the immediate energy of the people that are watching. Sorry, y'all. Eyelash. But yeah, so I kind of want to get into that bag. Like I would actually prefer to do more readings live, but like I said, a lot of it be the algorithm will push out or not push out, or it's just weird, and then you'll spend all that time. Because for me, time is precious. Time is money, you know, and not time is money as in like I only do it for money. No, no, time is precious. And I feel like, okay, even if I'm not, because I'm like, y'all, once again, it's no secret. I don't make anything really off this channel, like not directly. Like my ads, ad revenue, the ad revenue that I make from the, like, it's not coming from the ad rev, okay? It's coming from the boots on the ground journalism that I do. That's what makes me a profit. But so everything that I do when I do my readings, I do it because I love the channel. However, though, at the very least of it, I do my readings in hopes that people can see them because I can keep the readings to myself if that's the case. But when the algorithm doesn't push it out, it really gets discouraging. So that's why I like the lives don't happen as often. The live entertainment readings, that is, don't happen as often because I'll do a reading, I'll be here for an hour, and then YouTube would literally, and I'm not even like exaggerating, would show it to 5 people, and I was 3 of those views. And it just kind of feels like, well, damn, what's the point at this point? Because the whole point again on YouTube is to broadcast yourself out. And if nobody's going to see it, then why am I doing it? So yeah, that's why like it dwindles. I go back and forth because it gets discouraging, and they funnel the readings differently. Like it's weird. But anyway, I'm gonna try at it again. Maybe do some more live entertainment readings. Maybe I'll do a live entertainment reading today. Let's see. Well, I mean, I did do one, but maybe I'll do another one. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, you all, I'm going to skedaddle for now, and I'll be back again. I'll do paid lives later. And like I said, I might do an entertainment live again too. Another entertainment live today because I'm feeling kind of like, let's jump into it. But if not, I'll definitely do personals. All right, Ladybug, thank you for being here. All right, I'll see y'all soon.